good chunk of the southeast and parts of the Midwest as well. Heat indexes could hit 110 degrees. Storms in Iowa have triggered flash floodings there. A major scam in the National Football League. Correspondent Gethin Coolbach has more.
The NFL is fining about 100 players and 24 club employees for violating league policy by selling Super Bowl tickets for above face value. A person with knowledge of the details tells the Associated Press. The person said the players who resold their tickets will have to pay a fine of 1.5 times the face value they paid. They also won't be permitted to buy tickets for the next 2 Super Bowls unless they are playing in the game. Club employees who violated the policy will be fined 2 times face value. I'm Gethin Coolbach.
11 people have been stabbed at a Walmart in Traverse City, Michigan, and are being treated at a hospital. A suspect has been arrested. 6 of the victims are in critical condition. 5 are listed as in serious condition. 7 children have been killed and 21 injured in the collapse of a roof at a government-run school in India. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Summer is all about making great memories. Boy, I love getting out on the boat. I admit that one of my little joys in life is to get on a boat and ride around on Tampa Bay. But if you're living with pain, those future memories could be stolen from you. Here's a thought. Try Relief Factor. Let's see if we can get you out of pain. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement designed to help your body fight pain. It's a doctor-developed formula made of natural ingredients. The best part of all, Relief Factor never masks the pain. It helps reduce or even eliminate it for good. Whether it's doing what I do, whether it's kayaking on a lake, running around with the little ones, or just chilling in the hammock with a good book, Relief Factor can help you feel better, move better, and do more of the things you love all summer long. So if you're ready to reclaim your summer and make some amazing memories, head over to ReliefFactor.com or give them a call at 800-4-RELIEF. 800 the number 4-RELIEF. Do it now and get their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. The number again, 1-800 the number 4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
More water problems in the Wolverine State. Jason Walker has more.
Michigan has become a leader in safe drinking water following the Flint crisis, but now mobile home parks remain a rough spot. Regulators say they have little power over unlicensed parks if the owners fail to provide safe water. At North Morris Estates, conditions so bad the state refused to renew the park's license. Efforts to strengthen regulations have faced resistance, but new legislation now aims to improve water safety in all of the mobile home parks. Jason Walker reporting.
Hackers have accessed the personal data of most of the 1.4 million customers of Alliance Life Insurance Company of North America. The company confirmed the breach Saturday. Alliance Life, based in Minneapolis, said the breach occurred July 16th and that a malicious threat actor accessed a third-party cloud-based system. More at townhall.com. The Kennedy Center's famed Opera House could be renamed to honor the First Lady. More from Bertie Bennett.
House Republicans on the Appropriations Committee approved an amendment to the Interior, Environment, and Related Agencies annual spending bill that would rename the Opera House and the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts the First Lady Melania Trump Opera House. The panel voted 33 to 25 Tuesday to approve the amendment. The push to pay homage to the First Lady came months after President Trump overhauled the Kennedy Center's board and named himself as its chair after accusing the performing arts institution of being too woke. The Opera House is the second largest theater at the Kennedy Center and often hosts its headline performances. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
President Trump says he's found his goal of removing
I got it. No, that's for later. That's the other one.
Him of mismanaging the U.S. Central Bank's $2.5 billion renovation project. It's unclear if he will follow through, but he wants Jerome Powell gone. You'll find more breaking news and analysis at townhall.com.
Oh. Okay, I thought I had another minute.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
Yeah, not on this show.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to. I gotta concentrate.
Hey, Elliot, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WV.
today is the 27th of July, 2025. And as I turn his mic up here, I'm going to say good morning to Don. Good morning, Don. How are you?
Good morning, happy Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday. Let's get right into it today. Open phone lines today, 508-822-1106 if you want to call in. All right, let's see. Let's do the weather first. Outside our Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios at 14 Church Green, it is 66 degrees. High of 77 today with a low of 59. Rain potentially today, 55% chance of rain. Could get heavy at times. Gusts up to 10 miles per hour today, so it's not going to get really too warm at all, and it's going to dip to 59 degrees for the low this evening. Tomorrow's just 88 degrees. Just 88 degrees, Don. 93 on Tuesday. Tuesday is not going to be fun.
Nice.
Hopefully it cools down. Hopefully it cools down enough in time for game time. Don. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
You and I know what we're talking. We're talking about here.
We're talking about the NFL, right?
No. The game I gotta do on Tuesday, Don. So you were telling me about on Tuesday. So yesterday. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's not 80 degrees out there.
Well, yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later.
Right.
Anyway, 93 degrees on Tuesday, 68 for the low. Clear skies on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. No rain. Thursday, potentially, we'll get some rain again. 79 degrees with a low of 65 on Thursday. All right, Newport Richie, 79 degrees right now. A high of 93 with a low of 79. Clear skies today with a little bit of wind. Tomorrow, clear skies, high of 93, low of 80. In Middleboro, 66 degrees currently, high of 76, low of 59. Cloudy throughout the day today. Clear skies on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Driscoll, Texas, 78 degrees, a high of 93 with a low of 78. Clear skies throughout the day today with a little bit of wind this evening. And clear skies throughout the week. No rain at all in Driscoll, Texas. In Driscoll, North Dakota today, high of 87, low of 69 degrees. So, we got that going on. So, let's circle back to what I was talking about here a second ago. So, over, what was it, like, past 2 years I've done this, Don?
Yeah.
I have, it's kind of like play-by-play a little bit. It's more like announcing players as they come up to bat, kind of.
Yeah.
I've done some softball games for a friend of ours, and that's been fun as well. I've done it a couple of times. I get to do that again on Tuesday, Don.
Yeah, you're a good man. We call you.
Yeah.
For the Quincy Girls Softball League.
Yes.
I have a friend who actually runs it, and he calls on Joey to do the announcements, and in between, he spins some music. You do the you're like the MC of the thing. It's having a good time. It's a lot of fun, and the games are great. I mean, they play their hearts out, so it's always a good time. So when he called, he said, "Hey, Joe, you mind if you want?" I called him up, and he said, "Yeah." So. That's good. So we're going to be doing that Tuesday night in Quincy. So that's good. I mean, it's good to see that everyone playing and participating in softball or sports. It's very healthy and active, and it's always a fun time.
Softball's fun to
it is fun to watch.
Fun to watch. Yeah.
They play their hearts out.
All right, our today in history is 1775, founding of the U.S. Army Medical Department. The Second Continental Congress passes legislation establishing a hospital for an army consisting of 20,000 men. 1789, the U.S. federal government agency, the Department of Foreign Affairs, is established. That's going to later be renamed the Department of State. In 1949, August, well, not August yet, July 27th, there we go. July 27th, 1949, the initial flight of the de Havilland Comet, the first jet-powered airliner, takes place. The first ever flight of that. And speaking of de Havilland, we'll talk about that in a second. He's in our birthdays, so did that in a second here. In July 27th, 1996, in Atlanta, a pipe bomb explodes at the Centennial Olympic Park during the 1996 Summer Olympics. Alright, our birthdays. As we were just saying, Jeffrey de Havilland, English pilot and engineer, founded the de Havilland Aircraft Company. His birthday is today. He was born on this day in 1882. 1913, George L. Street III, the American captain, Medal of Honor recipient. And 1 second here. He passed away. He was from Virginia. He was born in Virginia. He passed away in Andover, Massachusetts on February 26, 2000. Let me get back to my mysteries here. There we go. 1931, the brother of Dick Van Dyke, Jerry Van Dyke, born this day, 1931. 1969, born on this day, Triple H, Paul Levesque. 1975, Alex Rodriguez was born on this day, famous New York Yankee. And in 1980, Dolph Ziggler, American wrestler and comedian, born on this day. And our passings today, 1883, Montgomery Blair, American lieutenant and politician. He was the 20th United States Postmaster General. 1968, Babe Adams, American baseball player and also manager. 1985, Smokey Joe Wood, American baseball player and coach. I believe both played. One of them played for the Red Sox. I think Babe Adams played for the Red Sox. Oh wait, no, I think both of them did actually. Smokey Joe Wood played for the Red Sox. He actually made his debut for the Red Sox in 1908. He's a three-time World Series champion. 1912, there we go. 1912, 1915, and 1920. He played on the Red Sox from 1908 to 1915, and then finished his career in Cleveland for the Cleveland Indians. And Montgomery Blair, Babe Adams, there we go. Not Montgomery Blair, we just talked about Montgomery Blair. Babe Adams, he was on the Pittsburgh Pirates, there we go. He was on the Pittsburgh Pirates 1907 to 1909 and 1916, 1918, and 1926. So a lot of different stints in Pittsburgh, but he's a two-time World Series champion as well. Babe Adams, a great baseball player, along with Smokey Joe Wood as well. And I just lost my thing histories. Where'd they go? Now I gotta get them back up again. There we go. 1988, Don, you'll like this one. Frank Zamboni, American inventor and businessman, founded the Zamboni Company.
The Zamboni machine. The ice machine you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Passed away on this day, 1988. 1993, passing away on this day, Reggie Lewis, American basketball player. Passing away on this day in 2003, Bob Hope, English-American actor, comedian, television personality, and businessman. And passing away on this day in 2012, Tony Martin, American actor and singer.
Right.
Yes, Don, the American Tony.
Yeah, the other Tony Martin.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You're looking at me like, Tony Martin?
No, I know. There's always another Tony Martin out there.
Yes.
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 No, that's good.
All right, so that's street stand histories, birthdays, passings. Guess who was in town yesterday?
No.
Rod Stewart.
Really?
And, in Mansfield. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And also Cheap Trick.
Did they play with him?
Yes, they opened for Rod Stewart actually, which is that's surprising, but it's,
I've never seen Cheap Trick, but a friend of mine saw them. He said they were great.
yeah, they had a 1 hour. They had a 1 hour set yesterday,
Okay.
and then obviously Rod Stewart came on.
At least the weather was nice yesterday. It wasn't, hot, super hot like on the Friday.
Yeah.
And speaking of Friday, we really enjoyed the Beatles night.
Yes.
Renzo,
Beatles night was
Chachi
great.
LaPret and John Logan, and Stephanie too, because she's a big part of the Stephanie LaPret. She's a big part of the program too, so we can't forget her. The three of them do such a great job, and we had so much fun. And he played my request. And it's funny about DJs and requests, because I grew up in a time where first of all, you gotta get to the radio station and make the request and they pick up. You're like so happy that they picked up. All right, picked up. You didn't get the busy signal. So you make a request, and you wait all day next to the radio for your song.
Mm-hmm.
So I always like it, because now you got your phones, you got instant relief to anything you want now.
Yeah.
But before, especially if you didn't have this, it was different too. Even if you had the album or the record, you still wanted to hear it played on the radio. You still wanted your favorite song so everyone else could hear it. And they always used to play your voice. Who's this? Don. From where? Quincy. Oh, what do you want to hear, Don? I want to hear right? Well, we'll see what you do, Don, and then you wait 3 hours, and they finally play it. And they don't play it, so, but, in my 30s and 40s, I still used to listen to the station out of Rhode Island, WHAY, and Paul and Al, and they're still on the air. I think they just did they just celebrated their 30-year anniversary recently.
Yeah.
And they'd always pick up in the morning. I'd be going to work, and I'd call, and I always wanted to hear Rush, and I always wanted to hear the same song. I always wanted to hear Subdivisions.
Mm.
And they'd always pick up, and they'd always play it. It was for like 20 minutes.
Nice.
You again, Don? I'd call like 20 minutes to 7. And they always pick up.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, they always picked up the phone. I don't know how they did it.
All right.
So, I mean, that's the fun about that. And I met a lot of interesting people there at the Chachi time, and they have one in August.
We got one in August. Yes, that's gonna be the big one.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big one. That's with the band. So as the time gets closer, we'll let you know who the band is.
I believe it's August 23rd.
They did tell us what the band was, but it's not who normally something.
Yeah, it's someone different. It's going to be August 23rd, I believe.
But it's going to be all Beatles and John Lennon or all the time. It's all going to be Beatles related stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's always good live there, and it's really good. Something about a band. I mean, spinning the records and doing all that stuff, it's fun, a lot of fun, and John does the magic, but nothing, in my opinion, beats a band.
No.
Because they do all that stuff anyway. They'll do all the magic, and when the band ain't playing, they're playing the records and they're talking. But I mean, we did stump them though. The whole bunch walked up. Tell me how we stumped them. Tell them how we stumped them.
We did. So I asked him a question about Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh, great, guitarist, of course, singer. He was in the Eagles. He did an album. His most recent solo album had Ringo Starr in it, and he drummed on 2 songs. So I asked him about that. I asked him which songs they were, and he did not. He was not able to name them. And then Don, what was your question?
It was George Harrison and Carole King played together on the Cheech and Chong song. And I asked him what song it was. First of all, I asked him, who it was, first of all, who they played with. So they did that parody album in 1978. So they did do one track there. So he doesn't like You know, it's funny. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll remember that one. You know what I mean? You're not going to get me on that next year. You know, I'm going to try though. But I mean, it's hard to stop Chachi. It is very
Absolutely, it's difficult.
for us to walk up
Yeah.
and get them, you know,
Yeah.
together. It's good. But he said that too. He said, you guys always get me. Yeah, he said it in front of everybody. You always get me. You know. So we really, for the next time, we really have to think.
We gotta bring our A game.
We gotta bring our A. We gotta do our research. We have to do our research because he's on to us big time.
All right.
You know, and then he's got a September show too.
Absolutely.
You know, wrap this up, and that's going to be, the magic, and it's going to be the trivia and what he does. But I mean, the weather was, we had that thunderstorm and it was hot, and it wasn't a full house, but June was wall to wall. So as long as the weather isn't crazy, he got the potential to sell out every time. And I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yes.
And if you want to enjoy it, and I'm seeing a lot of new faces and stuff there, and people really enjoy it. So I mean, it's something. It's the third year that he's been doing it. So it's funny. I got to go and get a Lorenzo's Concert Series T-shirt because every year. Now it's just a tradition. Every time we go to visit my buddy Bill in Western PA, I always bring my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
All right.
but he always gives it to his girlfriend, so I gotta give him one. So I mean, it's just like whatever he wants to do with it, it's his shirt. You know what I mean?
Of
So
course.
but I have to bring my shirt. So
Yeah.
All
right.
So there's three of them floating around.
So we were talking about Cheap Trick. Some bands, online, they post every show that they do. They post their set list. I think Rolling Stones does this. Cheap Trick does it. There's a couple of the bands that do it. After a show, hey, here's our set list. Here's what we played at the show. For everyone to see online. Cheap Trick, their set list for the opening of the Cheap Trick Rod Stewart concert in Mansfield yesterday or last night was this. They started off with Hello There. Then they played Ain't That a Shame. Then they played Dream Police. I love Dream Police. Dream Police is one of probably my favorite Cheap Trick song. And then they played If You Want My Love. Then they played California Man. Then they played On Top of the World. Then it was The House Is Rockin'. I Know What I Want. The Flame. I Want You to Want Me. Surrender. And then I finished the set by playing Good Night. So, yeah, it's a big set.
I Want You to Want Me was huge in 1979. I think they came out with that song. That song got them all the radio play in 1979. I think 78, 79, because I remember, and they were huge. They were all over the place. I mean, they were before MTV. I mean, before MTV, it was just the radio. And, yeah, they got a lot of airplay. I mean, and I think, it's just soundtrack of your life. Again, I mean, I'm sure it was a good show. And then Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
Rod
up there.
Stewart's still doing a lot of great things.
He was in the Faces.
Yes,
He was
and the
a great
Faces
band.
are coming out with a new album next year.
I wonder if the Come On a Piece is going to be drumming. He was in the Faces.
We'll have to find out. We'll have
Yeah.
to try to figure out if there's any
Yeah.
information on that. But right now,
I'll Come On Apathy, or
Yeah.
a piece, or whatever you want to call it.
whatever the name is exactly.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Friday, we were talking about the release of the new Alice Cooper Band album. First time in 52 years.
All right, Joey, explain to the listeners, because they're like, Alice Cooper, they've been doing albums. Explain what Alice Cooper is and then the other Alice Cooper, who ain't Alice Cooper, but is portrayed as Alice Cooper, but his name isn't Alice Cooper.
So Alice Cooper's real name is Vincent Fournier.
Okay. He joined a little band back in the 70s, early 70s.
And they called themselves the Alice Cooper Band.
The Alice Cooper Band. Okay.
That's the kind of the moniker.
The whole band, the 4 or 5 of them, they said, we're going to call ourselves Alice Cooper. No one's name is Alice Cooper.
Exactly.
All right.
You got Dennis Dunaway, you got Buxton, you you got a couple of other guys in there. Michael Bruce. And there's one more. I'm forgetting the name right now, but Glenn Buxton. He passed away several years ago at this point. But there are other members of the band are still around. Actually, they played with Alice a couple of times between 1973 and now.
Okay.
They played on a couple of albums.
So what happened? Why is it the Alice Cooper Band and Alice Cooper and Vincent Furnier?
So they broke up.
Confused over there.
So they broke up, and Alice wanted to keep the name, which he did. He ended up keeping his that name.
But it wasn't the Alice Cooper Band, which is Alice Cooper, and everyone
Got rid of the
associated
band
with him as that's his name.
Yes, exactly.
So if you're a teenager in 1974 or 1975,
Yeah.
you're in the phone book looking for all the Alice Coopers to try to call them. You know?
Exactly.
And you probably didn't get too far.
And the rest of the band rebranded and did an album under $1 Billion Babies.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was
And that was one of the Alice Cooper, original Alice Cooper band's names of the album.
Exactly.
Okay. So
Exactly.
now they're all back.
Yeah.
Except for
Glenn Buxton, he passed away. Yes. That was, I believe, in 1999. He died of pneumonia. So his first album since 1973, "Muscle of Love," which is a weird album. It's not one of my favorite Alice Cooper Band albums. But it's a weird one. But there's some good songs on there.
What, the new one?
No, "Muscle of Love."
Oh.
Not about the last one they did before this one.
Oh,
"Muscle of Love." Some good songs on there, but like I said, it's not my favorite.
what he did.
Exactly. But
The solo guy.
yeah.
The
So
solo Alice Cooper, and then there's the band Alice Cooper.
the band, their last album was 1973,
Right, the band.
52 years ago.
And
Yeah,
then
"Muscle of Love" was
the band Alice Cooper is coming. The new album's coming out.
Yes,
Or is out.
it's out. It's as of Friday. All right. 7:30. Let's take our news break. We'll be right back. Actually, let's do our new ad or two. And then we'll take our news break.
You gotta talk about that sinkhole.
Huh?
You gotta talk about that sinkhole.
The what?
The sinkhole.
I thought we already did.
Not on Sunday.
I don't care about it.
We gotta do a transportation conference, so that's relative news. You gotta say something about it. And
I want to do
and
something else.
Well, Paul tells us to do he says do something on housing.
I want to do something else.
What do you wanna do?
Yeah.
It's all about you.
I got summer conference series stuff done. I got other stuff done. I don't want to talk about transportation.
You're not talking about transportation at all?
I kind of don't. No, I kind of don't. If we have a couple minutes at the end, yeah. I kind of don't.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Michael Curry. Your bank account can soon benefit from
There's really nothing new out, as far as I know. I mean, I check real quick. I don't think there's anything new going on.
This correspondent Ken Lorman reporting. Former Senator Jim Talent, the Missouri Republican, says it's likely the Senate Majority Leader will be forced to delay breaking for the August recess as Democrats refuse to confirm key Trump nominees.
What I think they ought to do is, what if I had to guess, who will do, which is he'll keep them in, moving nominations for a few days, and eventually the Democrats...
Yeah, a fair-free MBTA I don't think is ever going to happen. I don't know why people are trying to push for that. It's never going to happen. They're in a budget shortfall, I think, the MBTA. They need the Bears.
Believe those hurt Saturday were not specifically targeted. The Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office says...
Well, I mean, they need to get their act together, obviously.
Used a folding knife to make his attack. Sheriff's Office says the deputy arrived within minutes.
Alright, well, there's one story we could do at the end of the show. We'll set aside a couple minutes because there is one story that we can do.
Whatever,
So,
baby.
do with
More on these stories at townhall.com.
it has to do with the Chinese company that is delivering our new trains. Yeah. CRRC.
Yeah.
There's more problems with the trains. Give me finance.
A whole lot more. Head over to ReliefFactor.com or give them a call at 800-4RELIEF. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by a team of doctors and scientists, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, your joints, your muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. Give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, a low-cost way for you to sort of take it out for a test drive. Less than $1 a day. Go to ReliefFactor.com. See how you can live with less pain and you can say yes to more of everything you want with Relief Factor.
Thailand and Cambodia have signaled their readiness to negotiate a ceasefire after mediation by President Trump. The fighting, which began Thursday of last week, killed about 30 people, displaced about 170,000. Mr. Trump spoke on Truth Social, saying he called the leaders of both countries and warned them over trade agreements if hostilities continued. The Cambodian Prime Minister says he has agreed to pursue an immediate ceasefire and has tasked his deputy to work with the U.S. and with Thailand. Taiwanese voters have rejected the bid to oust about 1/5 of their lawmakers from the opposition Nationalist Party in a recall election. Supporters of the ruling Democratic Progressive Party hope to flip the balance of power in the legislature, but preliminary results show the recall efforts failed to remove any of the KMT lawmakers. The recall elections are unprecedented in scale, with more votes set for August. News and analysis at Town Hall.
Recall votes never happen, never work.
More water problems.
Recall votes never work.
Michigan has become a leader in safe drinking water following the Flint crisis, but now
And they're a waste of money too.
Regulators say they have
Because again, they never work.
unlicensed parts if the owner.
It's very rare that a recall election succeeds in what it's trying to do.
Conditions so bad the state refused to renew the park's license. Efforts to strengthen regulations have faced.
And California had one that didn't do it.
Water safety in all.
It was just a kind of waste of time.
Jason Walker reporting. Tens of thousands of fans, many dressed up like superheroes, are attending Comic-Con 2025, 4-day pop culture spectacle, with celebrities and interactive attractions. Comic-Con International, held annually at the San Diego Convention Center, brings together fans to celebrate their favorite comic books, movies, and TV. It runs through today.
Yeah, if superhero movies were better than they are now, it would be
There's too many.
more of a popular thing.
In my opinion, they were good. Then too many came out. So I mean, I don't know. Whatever. They all, they overwhelm, and it's just same old. That's get some new ideas. There's no new, but there's good ideas out there, Mike.
What's that Will Smith movie that's kind of like a...
iRobot?
No. Well, iRobot's really good. That's not really a superhero movie.
The only one in New York or something like that.
What's the name of the movie?
Hancock.
Hancock.
That was interesting. That was a lot of fun.
I love Hancock.
That was interesting. That was
Yeah,
that was
it was.
original. That was good.
I liked it.
That was good.
Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. And we're back. They turned down the bumper music. There we go. We're talking about off the air about superhero movies because apparently they got Comic-Con coming up in San Diego every year. Comic-Con happens in San Diego, and I was saying to Don, well, these Comic-Cons would be much more popular if superhero movies were any good. They just haven't been good in years.
They just, I don't know, just same old. I mean,
Yeah.
when they first, we all remember when Superman came on in 1970.
Yes.
Christopher Reeves and Gene Hackman, Warren Beatty. It was unbelievable. It was so exciting to see it. I've never seen it in the movies, especially the first one. Glenn Ford was in it,
Yeah.
and Michael Keaton too. That's Lois Lane. And Superman 2 was good too. But then James Man 3, which was, I don't know, it was good, which had been full. You know, it's just like it kind of ran its course.
There's too many of them.
But I mean, the first two, anyway, the first one, it's just so special. And then it's just like, and then when the first Iron Man came out with,
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. in 2008.
Yeah.
That was
the first two
special.
were great, and then then this movie after movie, and it just took the flair out of the first couple of movies. And so I mean,
Got too convoluted. There's just too many hands in the basket.
yes,
Too many superheroes being put together. And
yeah,
it's starting to get kind of
it's just too much. Well, you know, this one Iron Man's in it, but it's not Iron Man, but he's part of the Avengers.
exactly.
It's just like. Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, I know a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. They sell tickets fine, but it's not my cup of tea after a while. You know, something like that, in my opinion, and I think Star Wars did well with it, was, streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming on that. And you can have all you want.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I sat through Andor, the new Andor of Star Wars. It was boring. It was. The first season was so much better. Second season, and they did it different. The first season was, within a month or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 3 months. The second season was 4 years. So 3 seasons was a year. 3 seasons was a year, all the way up to, what they call BBY.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah, for the Battle of Yavin, okay? And I just it was slow. I mean, and I love Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and it's just, maybe you needed to get to that point, but it was like yawn. Maybe they didn't have a budget. I know they did a lot of filming during the strike. I don't know. I mean, the first season of Andor was great, and if you have Disney Plus, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's fun, but it just takes away from the movies. And like Rogue One was great. And let's talk about Andor, another 3-hour miniseries, bringing it right up to Rogue One. That's what we hear. So I don't know, whatever. Maybe I got to look at it again. But you're right about the movies. But Superman, the first Superman with Christopher Reeve was so special. The first Iron Man with
Who does superhero films?
The first Spider-Man.
Yeah. Who does superhero films? Pretty good. He's not the best at it, but he's pretty good at it. And that would be Will Smith. Will Smith. Every time he's in a superhero type film, you consider Man in Black that.
Yes.
Man in Black is so good.
Yeah.
For the first couple of movies were good. I think the first 3 were good.
That's what I'm saying. They just do too many, and it's just.
And whatever.
Maybe
And then they added other people.
Maybe there's an audience for it. They do the math. They do whatever, and people who just love it will go see it.
iRobot came out. iRobot was great.
Hancock.
Yeah, Hancock came out. Hancock was
original.
different.
It was different.
Yeah, it was an original. It was different. It wasn't
original
PC.
idea. Yeah, it was an original idea too. It wasn't the same old old.
Yeah.
It was. I liked it.
And it was an interesting plot too. It was an interesting plot. It's considered a superhero movie, but the superhero involved isn't really likable too much until you get towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, Will Smith's a great actor. He really isn't. I mean, I hope that punch around the world doesn't really hurt him. I'd like to see it. Well, whatever. He should. Maybe those guys should have a beer together or something. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean? And make out. I mean, that was dumb. It was stupid that he did that. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know if it was real or not. I mean, it could have been real.
But what's the last?
He could have felt that Chris Rock said something bad.
But that happened like 3 years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
What has Will Smith put out since then? Anything come to mind?
Yeah, no. Some more music. I guess he's doing
fine.
music again.
That's fine, but I mean, he's always been a great actor. I put him in with. He's not as good as Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is unbelievable.
Now the thing is, what has Chris Rock done over the past couple of years as well?
Right.
Crickets. Yeah, crickets. Nothing.
But he was doing stand-up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Will
Stand-up.
Smith is a stand-up guy. Chris Rock is.
Mm-hmm.
So, you, you have these movies that come out. I mean, like Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington, everything he does.
Everything he does is
Everything
gold.
is good.
Everything he does is gold. You know, Crimson Tide. That
Yes.
movie was insane. That movie was insane. And James Gandolfini was in that movie too.
Huh?
Tony Soprano. So I mean, he was, and Gene Hackman. Oh my God, Gene Hackman was a thing. Talk about drama between the scene where he's telling them to launch the missile, and it just back and forth. You have to be good. You have to be a great actor to hold that scene off. That scene was insane.
I'm going to take a break here in a minute, but speaking of The Sopranos, there are some weird fan theories out there about The Sopranos. So Silvio Dante, okay? His character, okay? They say, Sopranos fans. So Silvio Dante is the actor who played Silvio Dante, is in another series called Lilyhammer. It's done in Europe, I think Norway it was filmed. It's a Norwegian show. But it's on Netflix. It was on Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's an old series by now. It's like early 2010s at this point. That series came out. 3 seasons. I haven't watched it. I've seen clips of it. It's cool. It's different than Sopranos, but it's kind of the same kind of thing. It's kind of it's a mob.
Is it the Soprano universe, or is it totally?
Yeah. So
different?
that's the thing. That's the thing. So Sopranos fans think that's the coma dream of Silvio Dante. All of the things that happen in Lilyhammer, that's a coma dream. Okay. All right. Well, I don't agree. I'm sure if you see the series and you get to watch the series a little bit, you'll probably agree with me that it's different.
It's funny how they can do that, because they can do that.
Yeah.
In 1978, they had the original Battlestar Galactica with Lon Green,
Yes.
Doug Benedict, and Richard Hatch.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, I think season and a half, maybe 2. Then they came back with Galactica 80. Okay?
Okay.
Which was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, Amy Galactica touched, and even as a kid, towards the end, they had no budget.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Robert Reed was in it. He was the father in the Brady Bunch. But it was so cheesy that I think they got 9, 10 episodes out.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a budget. And it was such a weird storyline. And Doug Benedict, he was in 1 episode, which was kind of weird. Richard Hatch was in it. Only Lon Green and maybe a couple other people from the original was in it. But they always tried to figure out how they wanted to relaunch the series. All right, they're thinking about trying to relaunch the series, and with Lon Green, and they just couldn't do it. And there was a dream sequence, it just couldn't come together. So how it was totally ruined. The only thing they could do was to reboot in 04. So I don't know. It was unfortunate that they took that.
Yeah.
And Lon Green died in I think 1987. So it was you couldn't do anything like that. So.
All right. Commercial break. We'll be right back.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the town of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our bishop operations over the lower level
You still on the air?
Yeah. No.
No, I meant. The station.
Oh. Yeah.
No, Billy lost it. So
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Many of them come to us for various types
Tell them to refresh.
Nah, whatever.
forms. We include many of the
You
following
should know better, don't I?
utilities and rent assistance. Faded referrals.
I'll say refresh and go what? Question mark.
Be like, what?
Yeah.
Refresh the page.
May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
You're talking about conference and stuff next?
Yeah, summer conference.
Yeah.
Logan.
On the green?
Local stuff, everything. Yeah, everybody. And any local things. Yeah. They're talking about the bridge closure too. That's fun. Okay.
Matthew Mission Food
What's
Bank
that?
helps people with
Tom.
food insecurities from the hardships of life. In a few short years, they have given more than 4,000 bags of groceries to those in need.
Colorado Rockies got destroyed 18 to nothing.
Every Saturday
Ouch.
night from 9:30 to 11:30 at the
We'll
North
beat 'em,
Door
we'll beat 'em up,
of
we'll
the
stop
First
the
Baptist
Orioles.
76 Church Green. And
Is it
are
Baltimore?
available to anyone.
Yeah.
No questions
Oh,
asked.
sad.
The
18 to
demand
nothing.
increases every week.
Ouch.
With the looming reduction in SNAP benefits, the need is growing.
I mean, the Colorado Rockies only have like 22 wins this year.
Perishable food items, grocery store.
Isn't it like 150 games?
Monetary donation
They have
by
22.
check
They have
to
22
Matthew
wins.
Mission Food
22
Bank,
wins.
76 Church Green.
90 games had it been. They played by
107 have been played.
From Matthew Mission Inc.
They won 22?
Raising
They won 5.
Global
Colorado Rockies are
organization.
horrible.
Thank you.
They are really bad. Three, two, one. And we're back. They turned down the bumper music. There we go. 7:49 a.m. here. I was just telling Don a quick little sports thing here today. I didn't want to. I didn't have anything scheduled for sports today, but I saw this on Facebook. I want to talk about it a little bit. So the Colorado Rockies played the Baltimore Orioles yesterday, and boy, did it end up well for the Baltimore Orioles. And not so well for the Colorado Rockies. 18 to nothing for the Baltimore Orioles.
Big donut.
Yeah.
Big zero. Big donut. Big chocolate frosted donut. You
Yeah.
no nothing. Zero.
Not
Zero.
good. Not good
Nada.
for the Rockies.
Yeah.
A horrible season just gets worse. I think they only have like 22 wins this year, and we're 107 games in. So that makes it a 22 and 75 or something crazy like
I have
that.
faith. They gotta make a comeback, right?
Yeah, they can come back right.
They mathematically can't, can they? Or could they?
There, I
No, I'm
think-
just saying, could they? Saturdays, what happens if they stop it winning? It's not going to happen, but could they?
Could they make the playoffs? I don't know.
I have to get back to you on that one.
They'd have to go like 70 and 0. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna be eliminated from the playoffs, and there's probably gonna be some firings in the front office for the Colorado Rockies. Not great. Colorado is bad, really bad, and the Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays, can't get it together either. Apparently, they had the St. Pete area of where they had their stadium before, or still have their stadium. They're going to be playing a Tropicana Field once it gets fixed, at least for another 3 seasons. Totally just said, we're done. We're done. No deal. We're done. Go find somewhere else to play. Basically, they said, we're done. If you want to come to us with another deal, that's better. Do so, but the current deal that they had going on, or we're talking about, done.
You know, in a couple of weeks, probably next month, when the NFL starts, people aren't going to be thinking baseball.
Oh, people aren't
Unless
gonna
you're
be
a big baseball
Absolutely.
fan.
People aren't going to be thinking about baseball after a few days. The Hall of Fame game is Thursday. Everyone's going to be talking about the Hall of Fame game. So, I mean, there's some really good Hall of Fame players being put in this year. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on from sports. We have our concert series stuff. 19th annual Middleboro Summer Concert Series, the free concerts on the Town Hall lawn. These will continue this Thursday, July 31st, with the Wiley Brothers. Then August 7th, Electric Junkyard will play. August 14th,
Electric Junkyard?
Electric Junkyard.
What a cool name.
August 14th, the Speakeasies will play. And then August 21st, Dennis and Friends will play.
They've played before.
And they've played before,
Yeah.
yes. A lot of new bands this year. that I haven't seen before.
What is that? Electric what? Junkyard?
Electric Junkyard. All concerts start at 6 o'clock. Otto's Underground played this year as well. They play every year. They're really good.
And I think it's been a while since we've been there, but they usually have the popcorn machine there.
I think they still do.
The popcorn.
I think
they got an old popcorn machine. Maybe it's new now. I don't know. It's been a while, but I always get the popcorn and some water. It's just I love that. I just love my popcorn.
The Middleboro Water Department has announced the availability of a free self-service portable water kiosk for all residents of Middleboro. Please bring clean, sterile bottles for filling to avoid contamination of the station or other bottles. The water station will be available at the new Middleboro DPW facility, which is at 65 Station Street, Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Please keep the station clean and water conservation always in mind. There's a virtual design public hearing on Wednesday to discuss, it's at 6 o'clock, to discuss the bridge replacement project which is proposed for South Street East over the Taunton River. The hearing aims to inform the public about the proposed project and gather comments. The project will replace the bridge deck and enhance safety and roadway operations, including removing the sidewalk and adding a 5-foot bike lane to separate cyclists from vehicles. The bridge will be fully closed during construction, requiring traffic on Old Colony Avenue to be restricted to a 6.5-mile detour, which is going to be established. To attend the virtual meeting, visit mass.gov and search Highway Division events.
That's in time.
Yes. Free summer concert series in Raynham. They have 2 more weekends of this. The Park and Recreation Concert Series at Borden Community. Let me start over. Borden Colony. There we go. Gazebo on King Philip Street and will be held Tuesday evenings, 6:30 to 8. They have 2 more weekends of that, or 2 more Tuesdays of that. Not weekends. 2 more Tuesdays of that. July 29th, which Cactus Gang will play, and August 5th. Classic Tracks will play. Music nights at Gray's Beach Park. That's in Kingston. They have a couple of more here coming up. Free to the public event. Run from 6 p.m. to 7:30 or 8 p.m. Parking is limited, so plan to arrive earlier or carpool as possible. No parking sticker is required for these events. Next event will be Tuesday, August 5th. The Pleasantries. Food trucks that will be available at the show are Just the Dip, Nor'easter Pizza Company, Bees Ice Cream, and Frosty and 40 Second Brew. Okay? And the town of Canton invites residents and visitors to attend its annual summer concert series held Wednesday evenings throughout July and August. The series will begin July 2nd and continue with through the 13th of August. And those are all scheduled to start at 6:30 p.m. on the lawn of the Rodman Center, which is located at 960 Washington Street, which is in Canton. Admission will be free. Hot dogs and hamburgers will be available while supplies last. The next event will be July 30th. Cactus Gang will perform. Alright, we got about 3.5 minutes here of the show. We're going to end today with a transportation topic.
So I'm looking at the South Shore East. That's
Yes.
up in East Taunton, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, let me read the transportation story here we got for today. The latest chapter in the MBTA's decades-old saga to modernize the red and orange line is unfolding hundreds of miles away at a port in Philly. For the last month, 8 new subway car shells have sat idle at the vast port while federal customs and border protection agents investigate whether forced labor was used to make those vehicles. The shells are made in China, home of the China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation, the company that T contacted in 2014 to produce 284 new red and orange line cars. The shells are assembled at a facility in western Massachusetts before they carry passengers. The shells were flattened by customs in June, marking the first time detainment of any CRC imports since the contract began, according to company spokesperson Ladia Rivera. The manufacturer's leadership is trying to answer customs agents' questions related to the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, the 2021 law that aims to prevent items made from the forced labor of Uyghur population of Xinjiang, Uyghur and Autonomous Region of China from entering the United States. Don, thoughts?
I did sweet. I mean, they're sharp looking trains, but it's just too bad that I'm looking for American. I'm not sure if there's many American companies that do subway cars. I don't. Maybe someone should open a subway car.
Yeah, that's that would be news to me. I don't know.
Well, a lot of around the country, a lot of these agencies use old rolling stock.
Yes.
The PATCO, people don't know what the PATCO is. The PATCO runs from Philadelphia into Camden and into that parts of New Jersey.
Yes.
And they use, I think the 1980 is the newest vehicle they get. They started in 1969 with fully automated. I mean, been automated since '69, but they still have somebody who sits in the cab and they have to run it one time. So
Yeah.
the rolling stock in a lot of the rolling stock in Philadelphia is relatively old. New York, they got new stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking
of Philly, they're having some trouble with SEPTA. SEPTA, they're getting ready to cut a lot of SEPTA. Unfortunately, a lot of lines. They're really looking to cut SEPTA a lot, and that's unfortunate. Whenever you hear cuts to transportation, like that, especially trains, it's not fun. Not fun to learn about and hear about. I think another thing, the Heartland Flyer is also being talked about too.
What is it?
The Heartland Flyer.
What's that?
Texas area. Texas, a couple other states. It's an Amtrak line. It's also getting potentially cut as well. It could get cut.
Well, I thought I saw something with SEPTA. I mean, the subways.
Yes, that's a huge issue right now in Philly.
Wrapping up at 9 p.m.
Yes, that's one of the things that they're proposing. Yeah.
What happened in Pennsylvania?
I don't know, but we don't have time to talk about it today.
Make it quick transportation.
We'll do some research this week, and maybe next week we'll do a longer transportation segment on SEPTA.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about it.
We'll figure out what happened with SEPTA. Anyway, bye-bye, everybody. Hope everyone enjoyed today's program. We'll be back next week for another edition of Middleboro Review. Bye-bye. Yeah, they're gonna cut a ton of lines, like completely gut lines, completely take them off, and then 9 o'clock ends for the trains as well, which is ridiculous. Because because they can't find the money.
Well, they're spending money. They're just spending money on this stuff.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, because they couldn't find the money.
I mean, they found money for other things last year, right?
Yeah.
For President Trump.